Hey guys, welcome back. Woodworking here. I was thinking to myself that I hadn't really ever made a how to roam, like the basics video. I do a lot of gameplay breakdowns, but they're geared more towards people that kind of already know what they're doing. So in today's video, I'm going to focus on the basics for those of you that, maybe you're just new to the game or whatnot, what you should be doing. And those of you who have been playing for a while might get a lot out of it too. So let's get right into this one. Um, my partner here grabs pedal, selects lane. I know you may not know it, but that's one of the most common meta laners, crystal power pedal. You see my Catherine here locking in jungle power, jungle crystal power Catherine. Another, like we basically have the two strongest in the game right now. Meta laner, crystal power, and then we have the meta crystal power jungler. And we all know that double crystal power is way stronger than doing like a weapon power and a crystal power hero. So I'm going to lock in the tankiest and probably best all-around roamer with Celeste. She's just got that natural high HP. Um, she's just a bruiser, right? She frontlines for her team. She's got that relatively reliable stun. I mean, we went into this one blind, but we've got a pretty good comp, if you don't know. I'm just going to build my standard stuff. I'm not going to try anything fancy for you guys. And so this is what you should be building. Boots and one of the contracts. It doesn't really even matter which one. Whichever one you think has a pretty color, that's the one to go with. First thing, if you grab the flare, definitely flare down here where I did. A lot of times, early game, the enemy will be there waiting for you, and you don't want to walk into like a blind ambush in your jungle. So that's why I flared there. And then you're going to see me, just helping my laner farm. So if you don't know, I don't know how it is in other MOBAs, but in this MOBA, your laners want you to help them farm. So as much as you can be attacking and last hitting minions for your laner, that's what's going to help them. Because it doesn't matter, you both get gold and experience for the minions, so it doesn't really matter who gets it, and your laner is going to really appreciate you helping them. Here you see, I mean, this is the power of Rome Celeste, right? I can just go down and 1v1 anybody. I'm going to port. Can't afford Fountain yet, otherwise I would have just grabbed it right there. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm not trying to do fancy builds for you guys, I'm just doing the standard stuff, so I'm not going to go Fountain first, which you shouldn't. I mean, you're not a pro player, you're not going to be expected to build Fountain first for your team. And then another thing you may not know is the longer you take to shop, the better off you'll be, because you're both getting that ambient gold that's ticking by, and it's kind of like going Super Saiyan, right? So the longer you take to shop, the more powerful you'll be when you come out of that shop. So take your time. Here I see both my teammates port, and so I assume they must know something that I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and port too. And I realize I'm going to need a lot of sustain this game, so I try to get a few potions, like not too many. This is like the standard amount to buy whenever you go back to the shop. So grab some potions. Just you head back onto the fold. Be a little chaotic. Like you don't always have to do the same thing. I know this is a basics guide, but if you hit some weird shots, you can kind of confuse the enemy laner, and they'll be like, wait, why is this person doing this? Why are they attacking behind them? And you'll see I'm able to put a lot of pressure on the enemy laner throughout the game this way, because she realizes she doesn't know what's coming from me, and she also realizes I know what I'm doing. So this is something you should be doing in your games. Let me take a minute to talk about a couple things I'm doing here that you should be doing. So you see I bought tier 2 boots first thing, well, second thing after my initial buy, and that's something you want to do. You don't want to get caught out as a roam and just feed with deaths. So the faster I can be, even though I'm the tankiest hero in the game right now, the better off I'll be. I'll be able to escape from things and occasionally help my teammates, although that's not my main goal as a roam. And then also, so you can see now that I'm level 3, um, I could upgrade my B, but the fastest way to overdrive your abilities, right? So your abilities are best when they're overdriven. The fastest way to get there is only upgrade one ability at a time. So I'm not going to put any points into either of my other abilities till I overdrive my A. And that's what you should be doing. So you're going to see me do that throughout this game. Um, Another good little thing to keep in your little pocket guide for roaming. And we're gonna keep fighting here. So let's talk about damage dealing. So as a roamer, you're 1/3 of your team, right? So there's 3 people on your team, you're 1/3 of your team. So you are responsible for at least 1/3 of the damage output for your team. So although you may not be thinking like, I don't know if I should build damage, maybe not initially, but you're going to be expected to build damage items at some point in the game. Uh, Whenever you're comfortable with it, I'm doing the standard thing, which is not to build it first. Once you get more comfortable with the game, build damage items first as a roam. Otherwise, you're going to piss people off. But, you know, at these lower tiers, you can get away with not building damage items first. I realize I have the boots, probably not enough potions, but I'm going to start building towards Fountain because we're getting late into the game and I'd like to have that. I also realize Kraken's going to spawn in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and infuse here. As a captain, roam, support, whatever you want to call it these days, you want to be infusing regularly. This is going to help you put out damage that I was just talking about, and infusions do the same thing for you at any level, so there's no reason to just wait until you have more items to infuse. You want to infuse whenever you have the money to, and then also when Kraken's going to be coming up soon, like it is here, in about 9 minutes. I want to win fight the next fight we have, so that we can take that Kraken. My teammate made a really dumb move there. He's just overextended. You could see he's way on their side of the lane, and he dies for it. There's nothing I could do there for him. All that yellow contract does is it's kind of like a caution ping. So if you press that button, it'll caution ping your teammates. There wasn't anything I could have done for him there. One thing I'm kind of not doing well here is my farm. At 6 minutes and 30 seconds as a support, I should be at least 30 CS already. And so CS stands for Carcinogen Synergy, and basically means how many minions you killed. And I'm not even close to the number. Well, I mean, I guess I'm kind of close, but I'm playing a casual match on a Smurf here. I should be doing better. I know better than that. You see I hit my caution ping contract there to try to tell my teammate to get away. He doesn't listen to me. I die for it, but we all know I shouldn't be dying as the roam. The carry should be dying first, but these guys don't know what they're doing. So there you see I got Fountain. Now that I got Fountain, let's talk about it. So a lot of people know Fountain of Renewal will heal your allies if they're low on health, or even if they're not. But what you may not... Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. See how I'm attacking behind me? That's just to confuse the enemy. And then it's also to scout in case Taka is getting behind us. But anyways, as I was saying about Fountain. So, Fountain of Renewal, that's another good thing. Actually, geez, there's too much stuff to talk about, guys. So you want to attack the enemy team members when your allies are under turret, like I did there. That way, you put some damage on them, and you can take down the turret as quick as possible. But anyways, what I was saying about Fountain. So, Fountain of Renewal, right? It heals your allies when they get low, or even if they're not low on health. What you may not know is it also raises them from the dead. So if you use it on your allies after they die, you'll actually bring them back to life. And so, obviously, if I'm dead, I can't use Fountain of Renewal. So here's the two ways I'm going to use Fountain of Renewal. I'm either going to use it if I get low on health, or after my allies die. That way I can bring them back to life. And, you know, when you're newer, that's what you should be doing. You'll see a lot of, like, pro players and stuff use it when their teammates get low. They're pros, they can get away with that. You know, us plebs, we need to be using it to bring people back to life. A good thing to do that you're seeing me do right here is just kind of gather your thoughts. You know, if you need a moment to like collect yourself, meditate a little bit, just stop. Stop playing the game for a minute, stand there, you know, focus on life, what's going on. And you can see we get a turret out of it, so obviously it's effective. I'm going to bring up again my ability upgrades. So you can see there's those 2 plus signs down there to upgrade other abilities. I don't want to do that until I overdrive my first ability, because that's the fastest way to overdrive my ability. You heard me talking about that earlier. I just wanted to point it out again. Now that I have other things I can upgrade, you may be tempted like, ooh, I want to press the pretty plus signs, but don't. Do not. Wait. Okay, here's some advanced tactics, and I know this is supposed to be a basic guide, but every once in a while, go do some scouting in the enemy jungle. And you can just go hide and kind of see what they're doing. And then you know like where the enemy is, and you can tell your teammates like, hey, look, Lyra's over here. Um, and then look, I found their whole team. So you want to do that, just go hang out. Sometimes they'll find you, sometimes they won't. It's kind of like a hide and seek. Really effective strategy in Vainglory. Yeah. Well, I forgot to hit my caution ping there. That's my bad. I should have told my teammate to get out with that caution ping contract I have. And I'm realizing I don't have enough energy. So I'm going to buy a void battery. It gives me energy and it does a lot more damage. And I'm kind of realizing I'm low on damage. Here again, just the longer you can take on the shop, the better. It makes your items more powerful. Although I like to have potions, I'm just going to go ahead and stack up on energy. Because the last thing I want to have happen going forward is me as the captain not having enough energy. And, you know, my A's almost overdriven, and I'm just going to start dropping bombs all over the place. Not necessarily on the enemy team, but just all over the place, so I need that energy gain and that extra damage to do that. You saw my teammates get the gold mine really low and then almost die themselves. They should have just stayed there and tanked it and tried to die. That's a good thing to do, whether you're a captain or a carry. Almost kill yourself trying to get the gold mine. It's definitely worth dying for. Alright, you saw there I went ahead and secured the gold mine. Here they're attacking my teammate, and then they just back away. Like they don't want to fight. These guys are chickens. They're just chickens. You know what, sorry for the foul language, but yeah, these guys are being chickens. Alright, what can I do here? What if I was a newer player can I do here? It's kind of fun to go through these portals, so they don't do much. It's kind of like, what's that game? Half-Life. You just go through the portals for fun. They don't do much. Alright, here you see. So I maxed out my A, and then I know I also want to max out my ultimate. So now I'm only going to max out my ultimate until I overdrive it, and then I will put points into my other ability. Really, really good tip that nobody told me. I had to figure this one out on my own, so I'm passing it along to you guys. Alright guys, that's going to end up doing it for me today. I really do hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the fold. I was going to apologize to the players I played with in this game, but you know what? They selected Petal Lane and Catherine Jungle, so they got exactly what they had coming.